What's up, nerds, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. First of all, ignore this warning about insufficient oxygen generation. We have plenty. That's the only reason we're not making enough because we are just overstocked on it. We are flooding out this area, filling in our water tank with the excess from this polluted water vent we tapped into last time. And this time we're going to try to set up uh, three things I think I have in mind. I want to get a Drecko farm up and running. Probably going to do that right up here. I want to get nuclear analysis done so that we can start getting materials analysis and up our tech further. And we're probably going to do that over here. And I am possibly looking at getting a Paku farm set up, just really up our food production in a few different ways, especially since there might have been a little bit of an incident and our population of farm food animals needs a little time to recover. Don't worry about it. In the meantime, I might as well just kind of build this out now, huh? Kind of take care of that little eyesore that we've been dealing with for a while. But yeah, we did get the exosuits set up. We're getting some work done out here and clearing all this out. It's going to be a bit before we fully hollow out this area, but things have been going better. And then I wanted to break into the ice biome over here, just start opening everything up and seeing what's out here. It's going to be a bit, but we're getting that done. Uh, the next step after all these pieces I just mentioned, I think, is going to be getting a duplicate gym up and running and maybe looking at going into space. This is filling up nicely. We had plenty of water left over, so we're getting a real water tank built up. As just kind of a reminder, we have the liquid pump here is going to be able to filter all of this through a sieve before it goes into our oxygen production, so that's fine that it's all polluted. The regular water should float to the top and seal it off and keep it from off gassing and polluting us further. Yeah, I kind of want to just explore out the map once we're done with sort of clearing out this slime zone. And once we're exploring the map, we'll hopefully find the other water sources and really be able to tap into those. I just got an alert that a duplicate desperately needs to use the toilet, and I'm wondering who it is and why they aren't going. So, one moment while I cycle through my population and find out who is trapped. Oh, Devon. Devon, Devon, Devon. How in the world? Get over there. Yeah, yeah. Ah, okay. Well, at least that issue's fixed, I suppose. I'll just pretend that didn't happen. Been trying to think about where to put my Drecko farm, and I think the logical place is kind of right here, where I've got this huge open area now. Drecko Ranch is a little weird, and it's going to be a bit complicated to set up, but as soon as we have all of this kind of done, we'll get right into that. And I'm just trying to get the last bit of nasty slime out of all of these places. So hang on as we do that. Ended up having to extend out this water tank. We were getting near the top of it, and I just don't want to deal with that. So let's just build it out a little bit more. This Paku, we should probably just relocate him into there. The old one that was there seems to have passed on, but it was too cold for that one anyway. This one seems more happy with this kind of general water temperature we've got going here, so it'll be okay. Yeah, we need to make a Paku farm as well. Gonna look into how to do that, but first things first is finishing up the last of this coring out. It is so close to being done. We've only got tiny little bits of space gunk left to deal with. All right, I do believe every single speck of gross, disgusting slime has been dug out of the swamp biome that was here, along with pretty much everything else. Oh, new printables, let's check that real quick. We'll take the ice, actually. That's fantastic, and what we'll do with that right away is we're going to build a temp shift plate made out of ice right here, just to lower the temperature in this area a tiny bit, make it more livable for this bluff briar, and that will keep this a great haul and make life a little better for everyone. Anyway, past that, what we are trying to do is now build out a Drecko farm here. And the nice thing is, because people are already going into suits to go into this area, and I'm going to keep that up because, well, I'm going to keep that up for a little bit. Our germ situation here is still a bit wild, and it will continue to be until we manage to decontaminate this whole zone, which is probably easiest just to pump the gases out, honestly, but I'll figure out a smooth way of doing it. Anyway, until that point, we're going to just put the Drecko farm probably right in here. Um, it's not too far of a distance from where everything's kind of situated, and it's not going to take that much time compared to some other tasks, so we'll get that situated. They're going in and out, gathering up slime and bringing it out. By the way, that's all that they're really doing right here. Decided I'm going to put it in here. It kind of fit in this spot, and just for at least one basic one, that's going to be great. We don't really need more than one for reasons which should become pretty obvious. Got a warning that a building melted, and that made me panic. But it's just a temperature shift plate here, which that's exactly what it should be doing. You can see the temperature in here is a lot nicer. This bluff briar is down to what? What temperature are you at now? Down to 16 degrees. It should be pretty good for quite a while longer now, and yeah, just some nice chill added. Well, some heat removed from our base, making things more comfortable for everything. So I'll admit, I was originally going to use somebody else's design here. I took a look at it. I did some thinking. I don't like it. I'm going to go ahead and tear all this down, and we're going to build our own up here. It's going to be just a very simplistic design, honestly, that we do. Honestly, guys, come on. Make sure you can get out whenever you do something like this. But yeah, I have an idea for what I want to do over here. Just going to take a moment to get everything set up for it. All right, this is sort of the basic idea. I still need to sort of expand this part out and put a sharing station over here. But what this is going to do is we're actually going to enable auto bottle for this as well. And I don't want to use polluted water because we're going to be kind of emptying this out. Got printer bowls. Let me grab that real quick. We'll just take the iron. Still, yeah, calories are still not at a point where I'm comfortable with them, so we're just sort of. We should be cooking paku fillets as well. Just trigger that forever whenever we get them. I don't think the pakus are going to survive very long in here, but there are a few that are hatching, so it's okay for now. Anyway, we're kind of getting the last stages of this built out, and what I'm trying to get really quickly is what's called a liquid lock build, which is just kind of what it sounds like. We're using liquid to form a seal between these two areas so that we can control the gas levels, and that's going to be very important for this. We built some farm tiles for mealwood. Dreckos need mealwood, and we're going to take this out, and then I'm going to also build just a little extension off to the side here, and this is going to make sense very soon. And this is not going to be anywhere near as big or as crucial, but it's going to have the same sort of liquid lock entrance on the outside. And I'm building these with insulated tiles just so that we don't need to worry about gas levels or about temperature levels for quite a while in here. Again, I'll explain this out more fully in a moment once we've kind of sealed this off and pumped it out and everything. But the basic idea is that we're bringing Dreckos in. They'll go through here. They'll hit up all this. They'll eat their mealwood. Life will be great. And mealwood's going to turn them into glossy Dreckos. We are going to need to get the correct gases in here for that to work. It's probably going to be carbon dioxide on the bottom and hydrogen up on top. So we'll sort out how we're going to get those in shortly. Oh god, you guys, did you trap yourselves? You might have trapped yourselves. Um, we need to make this super high priority on these for those who can get out there and do it. Duplicates. But anyway, once that's all done, we'll build this out. And just need the water in here, and this should become its own thing. I need a source of regular water. We're just going to build a pitcher pump that dangles onto that side. So hang on while I figure out where mine went. Ah, here. All right, there we go. We have our liquid lock built. I made a pneumatic door just to kind of classify this off as a room. I do think that the room size is a little small, yeah, because of all these tiles we had to put in. I did take out the grooming station as well. I'm gonna try a little rearrangement and just see if what I suspect has become true has become true. So yeah, this has turned into a stable with just the sharing station. I don't think we actually need to do the grooming anymore. I'm going to double check that, but we're not going for maximum babies with the Drecko farm. We're going for something else because Dreckos aren't primarily used for meat. So I'm going to see if I can make this work with this setup. I'm going to go ahead and put in a bit of logistics here. We'll get a sweeper up here, and we're going to need one that kind of covers this area too. So we'll put it right, probably right in. Might need to do some tweaking around of some of the space to make sure this fits, but my plan is to put a little storage locker here and the sweeper. Yeah, okay. Hang on. That's fine. I'm doing some experimenting. This is not a design I've seen anybody else using. This is just me doing my thing and seeing what we can make work with this. If we can get them tame off of this, it'll be fantastic. If not, we'll figure it out. I will fully admit this is not the most efficient way I could have done this room. It's ugly, it's gross, but I think it's going to meet the designs that I have. We're also going to turn off auto harvest on all of these. Uh, so the basic goal here, and I'm going to just copy these settings here, is that we have two storage things that are full of dirt that are going to be auto sweeping into that. And then we're going to keep all of our Dreckos on this middle platform right here. And let me go ahead and start bringing those in. We have a couple around the base somewhere if they're still alive. If yeah, here's one. And here's the other. Perfect. Hello, Pips. Nice to see you guys. And we'll wrangle up this hatch and just kind of keep our supplies going on all of our food animals. Should be pretty quick to get done. And we can start breaking into other places and grabbing the Dreckos from them. Yeah, I actually this might be too early because I need to vacuum this out. Oops. We're going to disable this building. We're not going to drop anything off here yet. Right. So anyway, the dirt's going to go in. The Dreckos are going to be stuck on this platform cycling, and they're going to just kind of get sheared here every so often. So we're gonna hook all this up. Shearing doesn't take much power. Again, if we start running into issues of the grid overloading, I'll do an upgrade. But for now, this should be fine. We'll just run down like this and hook it into this. So they'll run around, they'll get sheared, and that will keep their mood up. And then these sweepers will also, is there a spot they can both hit? There is, and that is exactly where I would want it. We're going to put a conveyor loader right here, and this will be the same logic sort of as down below. If we hit over 8 eggs in here, they will go up there. So, or any eggs will get loaded into that, and we'll ship those off in a much quicker fashion down here. and into this section where we're going to have a conveyor chute that drops off. And any extras, we don't need to deal with an incubator. We don't need to deal with any of that. We're going to put in just two things over here. We're going to make this have a shearing station, and we're going to make it have a critter pickup. So let's get both of those in. And we'll get all this installed and kind of built out here. And then we're going to put another liquid lock on this side and uh, suck out all this polluted oxygen as well. In fact, before I put that in, I should get these vacuumed out. And I did have new printables pop up. Cool. So let me go ahead and get all this set up to get this handled. I did run into an issue as I was trying to pump this out. This whole area is still overpressurized, and now the main base is pretty heavily pressurized. Where am I going to vent all this gas to? Well, it's going to be to space. So we're gonna go ahead and build this up and out and just kind of try to head up and break into space here just so we can get this set up. We'll see how it works. This should also help clear out some of the polluted gas and the hydrogen that we're getting in and things like that. So I'm not too worried about that anymore. Yeah, we can see space already here, the vacuum. So we'll just get this built out and get a vent opened up and, you know, start opening into space. I'm going to actually just leave this open for a bit because, as we can see, it's mostly filling with polluted oxygen here. So, why not get rid of all that and make this a non-issue going forward? And we did find our cool salt slush geyser here, which is emitting brine, which is wonderful. We'll start pumping that kind of around the base to cool off if we need to. Brine is an excellent coolant, and we'll also make sure that goes into here. I'm going to go ahead and at least open this area up and connect it, and we're going to just find out how much brine we are producing at the given moment. We also have Weezeworts, which are fantastic because they consume vacuum and they emit radiation if given the right things. Or at least they used to emit radiation. I'm not sure if that's true anymore. Doesn't look like it. But they emit cold, which is good. Uh, Radiation blocking. Oh no, I'll have to look into that. But if we can use Weezeworts to build out an anti-radiation bit, that seems good to me. Feels wild to have so much gas. We can just open up a chimney into space functionally and start getting rid of the bad gases that way. But that's where we are. We are making a lot of oxygen. We're not short on water, and we're only going to be getting more oxygen or more water into this shortly. So this Drecko is having a bad day, isn't he? Let's go ahead and build this out so he can have a place he can go. And hopefully we get this all kicked up soon and running and working. We'll get a vent out here in space itself. I think I can actually deconstruct that one. My hope was that these would pump out there, but this is also good. We have this now. Dumping water will enable auto bottle and get a liquid lock on this side as well. This is just going to be a pretty dirty way to handle these Dreckos once we have too many of them. It's taken a while to build the Drecko farm, I'm not going to lie, but we're making progress, and that will in time allow us to get plastic, which is a huge deal and part of why we're doing this. How cold is the brine when it comes out? Well, we should analyze and find out, shouldn't we? It's at -10. It's 5,000 kilogram or 5 kilograms of water at -10. That's going to keep our base nice and cool. In fact, it might be too cold. That might be something we have to deal with in time, but for right now, it's okay. And with this, our sky chimney is completing. If it becomes too much air loss, I'll just, seal it off, but I don't see that being an issue at all. My cat's here. We have our chimney pumping out extra polluted oxygen, which is good because we had so much down here, and this way it'll be easy to just kind of pressurize from below and send that out into space. We have this final chimney being built. We're gonna empty this area out and kind of get a few Dreckos, and that will probably be the length of this episode. Oh, look, alert, there's been a surface breach. What a shock. All right, and there we go. We're pumping out oxygen from the main Drecko ranch. Eventually, I'll plug this other one in. I just don't want to overload these wires because, you know, that's a lot of potential load. But we'll get that emptied out. They shouldn't be running too long forever. And then after that, we'll get that going. We do need to get research. We do need to get maybe some space flight built out here soon. Now that we've taken care of our basic needs with this, we'll have, water running forever, so that will be pretty good. We're getting our number of hatches back up after certain events might have kept them a little lower than some people would have liked, some people being me. Why are you guys glum? Critter, are you not getting enough food? No, that's not it. What's what's wrong with your happiness? You just need to be groomed, maybe? No? You're eating well. You're being handled. Hmm. It could just be some ranching issues. Oh, this isn't considered a stable because I never sealed it back off. That's why. Okay. Make sure you seal your ranches back off so your sweetles reproduce. Lesson learned. We're down to just a few grams of oxygen in any square in this area. It's emptying out. We want to get it down to micrograms to really be able to consider it empty. This will just kind of finish its pumping, and then that will be good. And then we'll plug this one in and connect it to the same path. And in fact, I can build the gas part of that out now. And what we're functionally going to do is once this is all in and done, we're going to reverse it to pump a few gases in, most notably hydrogen. Okay, this part's done. This can go. These are sort of quick and sloppy. Liquid locks eventually will be doing the same with like petroleum or with some other liquids. But with, with water, we have enough of it that I'm not concerned about having high quantities of it around. Yeah, we're getting close to vacuum in here. It should be emptying out pretty quickly. We've been dealing with a lot of idle duplicants. That doesn't seem right to me, so I'm just going to keep setting them to work in little ways around the base while all this empties. Just, oh, well, that's something else. We're worrying about that in the future. No, actually, no, I don't want to go up into there, but we'll just kind of try to core out this area, keep people busy. We have a lot more jobs that will be getting done soon, but for right now, this one is fairly simplistic and we can keep that going. And we'll start digging out this area down here and just kind of try to grab all the resources. If it gets too bad, we'll send people over to the other asteroid we have access to and start emptying that out. But honestly, this is the dupes reaping the reward of all the good work they've done. All right, this is vacuum now, so we can deconstruct these. The making a mess that we're seeing is mostly them having done it in their suits and emptying their suits and that emptying out down here. That was part of the plan of all this, so it's okay. We do want to build a bridge or build that out right there. We're building a canister just temporarily in the massage room. Nobody's using the massage room. And what that's going to let us do is empty out hydrogen up here without having to build all these stupid pipes out here. So I do wish there was a way we could say how many cans we were doing. There's not. But this doesn't require anything. It's basically like the bottle emptiers were. So we're going to clear out some of these power wires up here, just sort of reduce the amount that was going on in there. And first, we're going to take hydrogen, then we're going to empty out some carbon dioxide into here, and we should be set pretty soon. I think it's going to be like Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be like 20 kilos of CO2 and 70 something kilos of hydrogen. So we've got plenty we can do. Somebody will build this soon. Why is everyone peeing themselves suddenly? They have ways back in. Everything's good. It's just, I guess they were working over their bathroom break time or something. It's fine. It's part of what this whole situation. Yeah, he literally just got in to pee himself. I'm very confused. Are our bathrooms not working? That's it. I think that's it. Okay. I diverted too much into our thimbleweed factory, so all that needs to kind of restore. Oh my god. Okay. Hang on. This is actually kind of a big deal. I did not think that much would go, but it clearly did. We'll just keep that plugged in to make sure that there's always a supply of clean water going up there. Should build pretty quickly out. Here we're going to store up, let's do 70 kilograms, I said, of hydrogen gas. And hopefully that stays bottled. Nope. Oh god. That was a mistake. Alright, well, lesson learned. We're going to have that flow out into space here soon, so I'm not too concerned. But I've never actually used one of these, and I just wanted to see it go in a fun way. Let's put that right back in and do the same thing. It's only going to be 7 tiles. It's not going to be that bad, but... Or 70 tiles, rather. They'll flow out. Hydrogen flows up and out pretty quickly compared to other gases. Honestly, we're probably good on Thimbleweed for a bit, so I'm going to disable that building, and we're just gonna let this function as it's supposed to. And we'll snip this back off. We've got enough water in there. And just be ready for it if we ever need it again. Alright, we have some Blisper seeds. Okay. And in the meantime, up here, we should be starting to get this going again. 70 kilograms. And once this is, yep, manually teleport or transport gases, we should start seeing that going soon. Now let's get this other one plugged in and get it draining. There we go. The 70 kilograms of hydrogen gas were picked up, and we can now deconstruct this canister filler. Make sure that no more goes in there while it's going in. Actually, we're going to cancel that deconstruct because I want the hydrogen elsewhere too. So that's fine. Keep filling. But yeah, we just need the one shipment, and then we can turn off auto bottle. Let's watch that go in. Perfect. Disable auto bottle. That'll empty out, fill up this area with 70 kilos of hydrogen gas. It'll probably take a little bit. This is still emptying out. It's going to be a very similar situation. Now we have to pump in carbon dioxide, which we've got a good supply right here. So we'll go for building another canister filler right here. We'll do the same thing with a gas pipe. We'll make the gas pump like right there. Eventually we'll get these mini gas pumps that we can load in, but that takes a little bit of advanced research compared to what we have right now. And we'll just do a quick and dirty power solution here, which is going to be a manual generator with a jumbo battery right here. And just connect this directly in. This is just to get this filled up, and this I want to have 20 kilograms of carbon dioxide before you turn off. And done. Now we set this to be for CO2, turn that off, enable auto bottle. It's much easier than laying a pipe all the way up there and dealing with flowing the gases properly and all that. And we're going to deconstruct this. Somebody should come along and grab that and bring the CO2 up here. This is empty, it's in vacuum now. That's perfect. We'll clear out all the pipes. There we go. Carbon dioxide is flowing over there. We'll clear out some of these power wires that we've brought in. Just that section. And start cleaning all this up. This can actually go now, or should be able to. What we should see is a layer of carbon dioxide on bottom, and the hydrogen all kind of being concentrated up top as things settle out. Okay, there we go. We can see that for the most part, the carbon dioxide has settled on the bottom, the hydrogen on top. We might need to actually get more hydrogen in now that I'm looking at it. We'll see where it all settles. But if we have to up the pressure of the hydrogen, that's fine. I might have just underestimated how much it takes. Yeah, we'll do another 70 kilos of hydrogen. So I said that, but watching this, it looks like the hydrogen is flowing back in. Or it is starting to level out a bit. We'll still build it. We'll throw like, I don't know. I think we'll throw like 10 more kilos of hydrogen in it and it'll be good. This should do its thing soon. Don't know why it isn't. One more blueprint for the day. We'll take the pemmican, sure. It's a REM world now here. And we should finally have our Drecko farm up and running as it should be here very soon, once all this empties out. I think this is pretty good. We'll leave the canister emptier there, and if I need to, I'll bring in more, but we'll enable this back up and start bringing Dreckos in. So basic idea, Dreckos come in, they go over here, they hatch. If we get plastic Dreckos in when the time comes. For now, we'll just do regular Dreckos when they ship over here. But all the eggs will come over here. They'll eventually hatch. Plastic ones I want to feed back in here until we're fully plastic Dreckos. And with that done, we should just automatically be producing Dreckos here. We'll also get a shearing station right here. It does not need to be in a ranch, as far as I know, in order to operate. We'll find out. This should technically be as stable anyway once it's up, but that way we can start getting reed fiber from Dreckos and plastic from Dreckos. Since we can't use oil yet for quite a while still, that is our best way of getting that. So we'll wrangle these guys up. And then in there, they'll be sheared even if they aren't, you know, even if they aren't the kind to need it. Any meat will also go in here. We will eventually set up a sweeper that's going to deal with all that. I might have to make another layer and ship that out to our farm, but that way we'll get a few more calories out of this place. Speaking of calories, that's lower than I'd like them to be. We're basically not getting any barbecue that's staying, it's all being eaten. We are starting to see a conversion over to stone hatches in these. I'm going to relocate you down here. I have idle people. Why aren't my Dreckos being wrangled? I guess it's skill required. And the rancher is probably busy getting a massage. Yeah, the popped eardrums are legitimately an issue, so hopefully this starts emptying out soon because we're just having flow issues. And once that stuff starts going up and into space, it should help. I honestly did not expect to have that issue at this point in the game, but here we are. There we go. We finally got our first Drecko delivered. It's still wild. Hopefully getting sheared will be enough to tame it. We'll find out. If not, I can always do a few quick adjustments here and make that work. New printables again. That's fine. We'll just take pinch of pepper seeds. It also might be time to get another rancher. Dealing with 5 ranches, one pretty far away, is a lot for anyone. And we're not seeing any shearing going on yet, which tells me we do probably need somebody else to take care of that. Oh, maybe this is what that is? Nope, just delivering our next Drecko. Okay, well, at least they're in. We can start grooming them. We know they're going to eat well and start producing the plastic Dreckos. All right, so they've been shaped. Let's find out. Does that reduce wildness? It does not. Okay. But while they're up in the hydrogen environment, they're able to recover their scale growth, at least a little bit. Let's see. I think that means I need to take out this bit of ladder, and then I need to shift some of this around. Not gonna lie, that incident did give us a bit of a calorie deficit. We're recovering now, but it's definitely noticeable that it happened. Glad I caught it when I did and not even a cycle later, otherwise that would have been catastrophic. We are shifting over to full stone hatchlings. These are mostly starting to fill back up again, and there's plenty of food on the way. So at least there's that. Our dupes have been way too idle, which I don't like, but we did get the grooming station up here. These should be getting tamer now. They are. So within a couple days, we'll have this going, and this is another whole food area that we're going to get going. I'm hoping that they're able to eat, or else I did a lot of things very wrong and very silly here, but it should be okay. Um, yeah, we're just gonna hope that they're able to eat the mealwood and keep going with this, and we should start getting our plastic Drecko soon. But with that done, I think this is a good point to call this episode. So thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't drown your food.